Huge win for queer candidates in this week's election. I'll run through some of the highlights. Mexico's taken a step towards equality for same-sex couples, and governments in Asia and Africa are ramping up the abduction and torture of LGBTQ citizens. I'll have the week's top news and actions you can take on Weekly Debrief. Weekly Debrief is supported by viewers like you who pledge $1 or more a month on Patreon. Head over to patreon.com/mattbaum or click the link in the description to check out the backer rewards. I don't know if you heard, but there was an election this week that went pretty well, with victory for around 160 LGBTQ candidates, from governor's races to Congress to judgeships. Just a few examples: Colorado's about to get the country's first openly gay governor. Guam just elected a gay lieutenant governor, and Kate Brown, who is bisexual, was re-elected governor of Oregon. Dana Nessel, who fought for marriage equality in Michigan, was elected Attorney General. 2 trans women were elected to the House of Representatives in New Hampshire, and Zach Walz was elected to the Iowa Senate. 7 years ago, he was a teenager in a marriage equality video that went viral. Sharice Davids was elected to Congress in Kansas. She's an attorney, she's lesbian, and she's Native American. And in California, Katie Hill defeated homophobic U.S. Rep. Steve Knight, whose father was responsible for the notorious Knight Initiative that banned marriage equality in 2000. And there's great news from Massachusetts, where voters overwhelmingly rejected an attempt to roll back protections for trans citizens. That's huge. If that measure had won, it would have provided a blueprint for repealing trans protections all over the country. Now that there are more queer candidates coming to office than ever before, that means that leaders will be particularly receptive to hearing about LGBTQ issues. But in order for that to happen, constituents need to get in touch. So now that the election's over, this is a great time to contact your elected officials, queer or not, and let them know about the issues that matter to you. Overseas, there's good news in Mexico. The Senate has unanimously approved pension and healthcare benefits for same-sex spouses, but there's alarming news from Sumatra, where authorities have rounded up 10 women suspected of being lesbians. Although that's not illegal in most of Indonesia, the women could be forcibly outed to family and subjected to ex-gay counseling. And things are even worse in Africa right now, particularly in Tanzania. Mass arrests could begin at any moment in the city of Dar es Salaam, and authorities have rounded up and tortured 10 men in semi-autonomous Zanzibar. It's an extremely dangerous situation, as bad, if not worse, than last year's human rights atrocities in Chechnya. Currently, one of the main organizations working to protect people there is the Refugee Coalition of East Africa. We have 2 action items this week. First, go support the work of the organizers on the ground at refugeecoalition.com. And second, when you contact your members of Congress, let them know that the U.S. needs to provide international support to human rights groups, particularly those working with LGBTQ populations in Africa. Let me know about stories that need covering at Matt Baum on Twitter and in the YouTube comments. Big thanks to everyone who makes Weekly Debrief possible with a pledge of $1 or more a month on Patreon. Head over to patreon.com/mattbaum or click the link in the description to check out the rewards for backers. And I'll debrief you next week.